Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Spiritual Awakening with myself, Oladele Dosunmu, and my wife.
Kehinde Dosunmu. How you guys doing?
Okay, happy Gregorian New Year. Because as Africans, it's not a season, it's not a time, but because that's probably what we know, so we go with it. Just to put that out there. Anyway, the topic for today is the enemy within. If there's no enemy within, the enemy from outside can do us no harm. Yesterday was basically the day. It was 17th of January 1961. Was the day when Patrice Lumumba was assassinated. Patrice Lumumba was assassinated with the help of Mobutu Sese Seko, one of his people within him. And when we're talking about the enemy within always happens within us Africans, selling ourselves out to the Muzungus, to the Oyinbos. So basically, they use one of us to get to us. And this has been our history for a while now. The moment these Muzungus set their foot on our continent, the history of sellout has been so deep that without us, they can't get to us, but they always use us to get to us. So the question today, or what me and my wife are going to be talking about today, is why is the enemy within become a challenge? Basically, one of the biggest challenges facing the freedom of African people. That's basically one of the biggest challenges facing, apart from religion and miseducation. The sellouts within us is becoming a problem because we as Africans today, we value our trinkets and mirrors, the best car, the best house, the best those things that become the dangling carrot that gets us to sell ourselves so that we can get these crumbs and stuff. Detrimentally, we don't look at the consequences of what we do. We just take those things and basically sell ourselves. And basically what we do is we mortgage the lives of generations to come without looking at the effects of it. And me and my wife were talking, we always talk. And one of the things that she said to me that kind of got me is, when you look at the Muzungu, they could, whatever their intentions may be, good or bad, they're always persistent and stick together to get it done.
Yes.
They leave a legacy for the generations to come so that whatever they're trying to aim for immediately happens. But for Africans, we never do that. We always sell out. At the earliest opportunity. If we can cash out, we sell out. So the question is, what's happened to our psyche? Why are we easily manipulated? Why can they get to us so easily, where we cannot hold our integrity to push back on anything that's going to collectively impact the lives of our fellow Africans? Why is there so many sellouts within? Kehinde, what's your thoughts on this?
Oh dear, where do I start? You just mentioned something about being selfish, greed. Because most of the time, the reason why some of us actually do act that sellout thing is because of what we're going to get. Because the what's it called will give you something, and they will tell you there's a reward for whatever you do. So people most of the time actually look at the reward. They don't see the sellout; they look at the reward. So, and like you said, greed, being selfish, self-centered. You just want something now. You're thinking in a way that, okay, I just want to gain, I don't want to lose. So you're not looking at your fellow human being, fellow community, that what you're doing is actually betraying them. But you it's as if your mind is actually blocked. You're not looking at that side. You say, "Oh, as long as I receive my reward." Because if I give you something, you give me something back. Maybe during slavery time, actually, maybe I don't know most of the.
But the question. Let me ask you. The question is then: have we always been this way?
But it's hard to say whether we've been this way or not. Maybe not. Maybe because over the years, because of what was sold to us, like I said, the capitalists, they brought, we were, they gave us these trinkets and mirrors and things that attract us. So most of the time now, all we're seeing is all those trinkets and mirrors. We just want something. We just attracted to material things, So maybe in those days, maybe there might be a little bit of both, because we're not here, we're not there, so we can't tell whether those people actually have those kind of
But
mindsets.
in those days, though, there's nothing materialistic about how we lived.
Yeah, but they still have few things, I'm sure, that people could say, okay, if you betray, or if you give me an information, if I come to you, if you give me an information, whatever I'm looking for, I'm sure I will give you something. Maybe not as much as
so
now.
Human beings will always be human beings.
I'm sure we will be. Maybe it's like I said, it might not be as much as now that we're exposed to so much materialistic things. But I'm sure in those days, I'm sure there are a few people that have actually had sold their family, or maybe their people, their community out. So it's to do with greed, selfish. So we're none of us is thinking that, oh, I'm betraying my fellow human being. We're just looking for that now, that gratification, that material things, because we're thinking about ourselves. Like you said, there's no community anymore. Everybody is me, and me. As long as me, I'm okay. As long as my family is okay, my immediate family, everyone else, you just will jump. So we don't have that sense of community anymore. We don't have that oneness anymore. The unity that maybe they have in those days, I think we've lost it.
Because in our Yoruba culture, the proverb that I love to quote this proverb, and it says, "Agbajo la fin soya, ajeji owo kan ko gbe eru dori." That means in togetherness, we help ourselves to basically carry the load to the top, together to the top.
Yes.
This is basically one of the Yoruba philosophies that we had in those days. Yes. And also, I love to use the word Ubuntu, which means I am because you are because I am. So that means collectively, in community, we help each other. This is basically the philosophies and the ideologies that guided Africa in those days.
In those days, yes.
For some reason, it looks like we've lost it. So we just basically got into the capitalist individualism, which basically means we have to compete against one another for us to get to the top instead of building together. And one thing we stop to realize is that when you build together as a community, you can go further. But if you build it individually, it's basically individualism is just ego for you, which is detrimental to the people around you. So you become the one-eyed king in the midst of the blind people, which makes no sense. So why can't we build together as a community where more people are empowered and there's no pressure on individuals? It becomes a collective thing. This is basically what guided us. But now, sorry, Kehinde, because of the individualism and the capitalist traits, we become enemies within ourselves. So this is basically what drives us now. What were you going to say, Ben?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm sure we all know what is right from wrong. There's no point in sugarcoating it. But like I told you, we just have this, because they've introduced capitalism and all these material things, people are not seeing it that way anymore. They're seeing it as individualistic. As long as I'm okay, then I'm fine. And look at, well, I could only talk about Nigeria because I'm from Nigeria. You see this, what's it called, power hungry, rich people that they just love that, attention, that people respect them because they're wealthy, because they're rich.
Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? You can tell, even if you go anywhere you go, you will know that this person is a rich person because they will announce themselves that they're rich people. So it's as if they have that power, over people, and they love the attention, they love the respect, because you have to respect. Even if the rich people are doing something, they always get away with murder anyway. So these are the things that people, I don't know, they just love that. They love that power, love that attention, love that respect that people give to people that are rich, that, wealthy, or, have this, material things. So maybe over the years, we've been sold that narrative that the only way you respect me is for me to have, loads of money, is to have these material things, is to gain, these power, because if you have money, of course you have power, you can do anything. if you have money. So I think that is why most people are leaning towards that side of capitalism or material things, because they love the attention, they love the respect they receive, the gaining from their fellow community.
But when you're saying about they love the respect, they love the accolades and whatever, but does it really impact the lives of the people around them?
Of course they don't care. Yeah.
Because if basically this is basically what we're chasing after, and this is what's creating the enmity within us, then we have a problem. Because with all these people these people who have the money lording it over the other people, why can't they use that wealth to get other people out of where they are, out of poverty? Yes. Why can't they use the wealth?
Yes.
Because like I said, agbajowo, that means if you have the opportunity to lift other people, why don't you do it?
Yeah.
Because in Africa today, there's enough wealth to go around where nobody should be poor.
Nobody should lack.
Basically, Africa never lacked. Africa never lacked. And you can actually go check historically. We were never ever imposed. We lived in abundance until capitalism or colonialism was introduced to Africa. And the moment those concepts came into Africa, the poverty came, because basically what we looked at, what we had, and what we protected as nature became commodified.
Yeah.
And the moment all nature was commodified, land was commodified, because we had land. We had land to grow our own food. Nobody looked at nobody. Basically, we had enough.
There's no selling of land.
There was no selling of land. It didn't happen. No. Land ownership started when the white people came to Africa.
They introduced
because they have to own, they have to gain all these things. They basically commodified everything. And the moment you started commodifying everything, commodifying nature, it became they created a lack economy.
Yes.
So somebody had to buy to get which never used to be.
Yeah. Nobody should be buying anything anyway, because everything is free.
So this is basically how we got here. But the question is, knowing what we know now as Africans, how do we bring back the love? And I mean love in terms of just be cognizant of how you impact other people around you. How do you stop being a sellout, being wary and being aware that whatever actions you take or whatever you do, it might impact people around you? Because this is not what we're doing. Because as my wife said, we're Nigerian, and the viciousness and the viciousness of basically trying to hammer, and that's the word they use in Nigeria, of a hammer, for them to basically have all these trinkets and mirrors. People do anything anything to basically get what they want. They don't care who they kill. People are even willing to do rituals. They're doing rituals today.
They're killing people
to make money. Just to be relevant.
So that they will say,
in the illusion.
Ransom. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
And this is what we're doing to ourselves. So we're setting ourselves out so badly. That includes our governments. Our governments are doing deals with the foreign infiltrators, where they give them crumbs and they sell out. They're mortgaging the country for the next 30, 40, 50 years.
It's all about money now. Yes.
So we've become the gatekeepers and the mission managers of our own demise.
I mean, this is going to be I don't know how we're going to do it, but we have to start somewhere, because there's no point in saying, oh, okay, when are we going to start? When are we going to stop this nonsense? Someone has to just come out and say, okay, this is wrong. What we're doing is wrong. And in order for us to get out of this situation, there should be an awakening. There has to be a time that we say enough is enough. And we Africans, sometimes I think we're so passive about everything. Even though we're suffering, we started we're okay with the suffering. We said, oh, what can we do? I mean, back home they would say, what can we do? Yeah. I mean, this is what we have.
Fella said it. He said suffering and smiling.
Suffering and smiling. It's as if we love that suffering. As if, okay, this is our cross. I mean, religion will tell you that, well, I mean, this is your cross.
I'm all alone.
I'm all alone. So just, then God, it's as if God is coming from I don't know where, to actually deliver us from all this predicament that we found ourselves in. So we have to come together and realize that the only way to get ourselves out of this situation is to tell ourselves the truth that we're not doing good. No, enough is enough. I think we're on, should I say, maybe green, amber, and red. amber happy. The
Are
color.
Are we on amber?
I think we're on amber.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, it's not funny anymore. People, I mean, Nigeria, they say, well, how many, 90 something percent of the population is
In poverty.
In poverty. Majority can't even
Majority-
have 1 meal a day.
Majority of people are
1
in
meal a
poverty.
day, to even have 1 meal a day. That's how bad it is.
And that tells us basically that we're not doing something. We're not doing something
We're
right.
not doing something right. And the rich people are okay. Of course, like I said, okay, I'm sure they make their money. I mean, I don't blame someone that's rich. I'm not saying you can, pursue your goals.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if
But-
richness means having people around you at the same level as you.
That's it.
That's richness.
Yeah. Yes. That's so true.
Because that way everybody's lifted.
Yeah. No, because people will say, "Oh, but I work hard for my money."
Yeah, but then
so
let's build community. Kind of, we had communities in the past where there was nobody was poor. The only reason why we have this individual or this hierarchy is because the white people put it there. It was imposing us. No, so now we're managing it. Instead of saying, you know what, we never used to. I mean, my fathers never used to live this way. We basically, if they haven't eaten, or if they've eaten, they're looking at neighbors. Of you're not eating. It's something for you to eat.
Yeah. And but like you said, there wasn't all these trinkles and mirrors,
Yeah.
all these material things, all this capitalization.
Yes.
And we all have land then.
Yes.
The only thing that people actually focus on is to eat.
Yeah, eat and just protect the nature.
And protect the nature. But now we have so much things, so much material.
Yeah, but
things
because of this, they've given us
chasing after.
because they basically capitalism is giving you things that tells you that you cannot live without these things. You have to have these things to exist
like
and to be
must,
relevant in this system. And you chasing after these things, you're willing to be the enemy within.
That's it.
To trample upon your brother and sister for you to be relevant in this system that they paid for you to be in.
Yes.
Which is an illusion anyway.
Yes, that's true. Yes. So you don't care who you step on.
Because don't forget, the people that brought the system to you are evil. Because look at what they did. Look at what they did and what they did to get to where they got when they came to us. Look at the history. So they've never had good intentions anyway. And then now you, as Africans, are copying the same system that they used.
And the system is not even working for us.
But the system can never work because it was flawed. It was flawed from the outset.
That is the craziest part of it. It's not even working for us. The system is actually not. If we Nigerians, Africans could be true to ourselves, the system that whatever came,
the
Muzungu gave us, it's not working for us.
No,
and it's so obvious. But it's as if we just. We're trying to dig in, we're forcing ourselves to we have to, because this is what we know. Everyone will tell you that, but this is what we know. Okay, maybe this is what we know. Maybe that's so true because this is what they've given us for donkeys of years. But doesn't mean that you have to stick to it when you know fully, knowing that it's not.
And again, the reason why we're not changing the system is because it benefits a few people. And those people have the influence over the decisions that needs to be made.
That's true.
And as long as they get the crumbs from the system, they don't care about others.
They're fine. Yeah, they're okay.
Because the people that control the systems are the elite class, the so-called elite class, the ones that can afford the best schools and whatever, the ones that have been bribed to get to where they are. And obviously, they're not going to do anything that's going to
because it favors them.
Yeah, it favors them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But what we need to do is that people need to wake up and hold these people accountable. And this is what we're not doing. This is basically why I'm sick and tired of Africans complaining about the situation they're in. Yes. And they're not holding the people who are basically messing them up accountable. Whoever your government is, even if it's your local government chairman or whoever is, hold them accountable. Go to them. They have money. They have allocations. Okay, where's the money gone? These little things we're not doing. But unfortunately, we cannot do these things because we're trying to survive in the system that's keeping us down. That gets you just so distracted that you can't even have the time.
On the wrong
you're focusing on survival.
Survive. Yeah. Which, in a way, like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You have to survive.
Yeah, you have to survive in the system.
You have kids that you have to feed, schools and all that. But at the same time, how long are we going to do this for? I'm not going to say, okay, because I've got kids, I've got bills to pay. So there has to be a time that we say, okay, now this is it. Enough is enough. We need to start from somewhere. We have to start from somewhere. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Nobody's saying it's going to be easy. I mean, telling someone to start something from scratch. Do you think it's going to be easy? It's never going to be easy.
It's never easy. But the thing is that you have to sow the seed.
That's it.
And you have to basically get to people's minds to get people to start thinking differently.
Seed. Nobody wants to sow that seed because we want our whatever yesterday. Anything
we want
now. We want it now. We just don't want to put the effort and time into it.
The work that we need to do to get us from where we need to be, from where we are to where we need to be, we're not doing.
Yes.
We're so comfortable in the systems that's been put in place for us to keep us down.
It's failing us. It's not, yeah.
When something's not working, you have to retrace your steps and look back. This thing, and it's not about you individually. It's about the collective.
Which we're not looking at.
We're not looking at people. People are looking at us. If you think you're okay, then you're okay. Don't damn other people. Yeah. But if 90% of the population is
it's not okay.
It's not okay. It's not okay at all. This is one of the biggest problems.
How can we be so comfortable when you see your fellow human beings, suffering?
Starving.
And you say because I'm okay, my immediate family is okay. I've got a nice house, a nice car, got a good job, and that's it. And at the end of the day, the house that you're in, the fence, God is even taller than the house that you built because it's worried that someone will come in and break into your house.
Of course they're going to. When
there's poverty, of course that's what's going to happen. But when the community, nobody is saying everyone would 100% be equal, be rich, but when majority of the people around you are comfortable, that when they can have their 2-3 square meal a day, I don't know how many meals they want to have, and they live in
as long as you can eat when you're hungry.
When you're hungry, yes,
that's the key.
Yeah, you living in a house. You can buy, if you want to go out, you can easily buy something, and just you don't have to. Nobody is saying people should be wealthy. Okay, maybe wealthy in health and in other things, but not in material things, which most of the time we don't even need most of the things that we're buying because it's been put in front of us. You believe that I need that, but we don't need that. We need people to live healthy, and in order for us to have that system, we have to start from scratch. Because that means the system we're in now is not even working for us.
It's not working. The capitalist system, the consumerism system is not working for Africa.
Not working for
basically the system that we're copying is basically detrimental to our collective well-being. Every African.
This killing is destroying people's lives.
If you're rich, I don't care how rich you are. If the people around you are not happy or not at a particular level that you're at, then you're part of the problem.
Yeah. The system is creating poverty, actually.
If you have the opportunity to actually create something that's going to impact a lot of people, do it. Don't look at what you're going to get. Don't look at what you're going to gain. Look at the impact and the legacy that you're going to create for the people around you. And those people, they will protect you.
Oh, yes. They will have your back.
They will have your back.
They will definitely have your back because you look after them. I mean, there's no way they won't have your back. You look after them. I mean, they will say, this is a person that actually have our best interest, at heart. So, of course, they're going to have your back.
Leadership means responsibility, means accountability. It means eldership. It means basically you looking after the people around you, being aware and being self-aware of the people around you and the impact that your actions has on them.
And I wonder, as a religious person, he said, love thy neighbor as yourself. And I'm sure maybe in the Bible, in the Quran as well, I'm sure they put there that people, you should look after, the poor, the needy, the people that, But it's as if we're not even doing that. And Africa is one of the most religious people on earth. And we're not even looking out for one another. So
the thing is, it's the funny thing is, like, when we're never religious, we looked after one another.
We know what Agbajo
Ubuntu. We knew what it meant, and we actually lived it. But now that we become over religious, we become individualistic and greedy.
We lost that community sense of.
We lost that sense of community because what religion does? Religion says me and my God.
Yes.
Me and my God. It's between me and my God. It's not about you and your community anymore.
Forget the person next to you. Don't care.
This is basically what religion has done to us. It becomes individualistic. Whereas in the past, it was about community. Your action, how does it impact other people?
And the idea is because they will tell you that because it's not direct, it's as if you go to, maybe you're working in a company that you believe that, okay, maybe whatever they're doing there is not actually really helping the community. But because you believe that, oh, I'm working for that company, I'm not directly harming anyone. It could be what they're doing there is not actually helping the community. Maybe there's something that's, let's say, maybe noise pollution. It could be anything. But you will say to yourself, you make yourself sound, feel okay that I'm not doing it. I'm just working for this particular company. I'm not directly harming anyone. But you'll be surprised. Even most of us are actually indirectly harming things, harming someone.
Kind of, the kind of what you just said there is most of the businesses that we're all in, one way or the other, is basically harming us.
Yeah.
Because the businesses feed you,
Yes.
you turn a blind eye. And this is the hypocrisy and the irony or the paradox of the fact that you say you're religious, you pray to all these things, but in your actions, direct or indirectly, you're doing something that's detrimental
to other people. Yeah.
But you don't see it. You kind of just overlook it.
Yeah, because you getting they pay your bills. Okay, you're getting your wages out of whatever it is. So of course, and like I said, because you're not doing it direct, it's not like a direct. You're not harming. So how am I harming it?
I'm just gonna use one example. Okay, look at the healthcare, for example. Look at the pharmaceutical, for example. Okay, chemicals. There's I can tell you, anybody you can send me a message or whatever, but chemicals in human's body is not a good thing. Chemicals in human body is not a good thing. But we've kind of normalized chemicals in people's body, and the people in that field in the pharmacy accept these things as normal. Whereas, don't forget, in the past we had herbs that worked.
Those are natural.
Natural.
Yeah.
Because they could not patent nature, they had to come up with a synthetic option.
So like a mass production.
Obviously, because they need to make money.
Yeah,
and you're in that field, and you can see the impact of all these things are doing to people. But you're gonna, because you were trained to be in that field, you see it as a solution.
Yeah.
But chemicals in people's body is detrimental, because God has created this physical body of ours so perfectly that anything that's contrary to what's supposed to go in it, it reacts to it.
Yeah.
But we've normalized things that are detrimental because we've been trained into that system, and because that's what you know, you think it's normal, whereas it's not normal.
You might even know. Sometimes it's not as if you don't know, but like you said, you excuse it because it's paying your bills. I mean, you're getting your wages from it. That's where you get your money, or everything that you need.
Yeah,
you're getting it from from the company that you're working for. So you kind of oblivious. You pretend as if you don't know, but you do. You see, you know. And like I said, most of the time most of us wants to, it's like a survival thing. That, okay, how am I going to feed my family? How am I going to pay my bills? So you just.
You know what, guys? To round this up, we are our own solutions. If things are going to be right, it's up to us.
Yes.
But what you cannot do is afford to look away when the wrong thing is happening. If more of us become accountable and responsible for what's happening, evil will cease. But because a lot of us just look away to exist and just say, you know what, it doesn't matter, it's not affecting me directly, not realizing that your inaction, your indecision, is affecting other people. This is where we have a massive challenge. So it's about time in this new Gregorian year, we need to start being accountable, holding people accountable for their actions, because this is the only way we're going to change the injustices and the poverty that's happening in this world today. It's not just about Africa; it's globally.
It's globally. Yeah.
We need to be in your religion. Say you need to be your brother's keeper. Being your brother's keeper means being accountable, being responsible for the actions that you take that does not affect others.
Call out what is not right.
Yes.
Call out the evil. Call out the things that you can see, which, like I said, sometimes it's so obvious, but we're so selfish, self-centered. Because we just want to survive, and me. So you see all these evil things going on around you that you pretend as if it's not there. So, like you said, that every single every individual, because this is not like Africa alone, is globally. If you see what is wrong, if you see someone doing wrong, call it out. If most of us, if actually more people do that,